Welcome back, everyone. Our next presenter is BioHarvest Sciences, Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol CNVCF and on the CSE under the symbol BHSC, and has developed a patented biocell growth platform technology capable of growing the active and beneficial ingredients in fruit and plants at industrial scale without the need to grow the plant itself. Please welcome its CEO, Ilan Sobel. Welcome, Ilan.
Thank you, Anna. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Looking forward to hearing this technology.
Yeah, it's going to be a great ride for the next 30 minutes for everybody out there. Going to have an opportunity to really show them how plant cell biology can really change the world. Okay, I guess that's my cue, Anna, to get into the presentation. Hello to everybody, and thank you for this opportunity, and thanks for dialing in. So let me first start by talking a little bit about BioHarvest. Before I talk, everybody understands forward-looking statements. You can all read this faster than I can talk. And because I have only 30 minutes, I'm going to move quickly through this section. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege of being the CEO of BioHarvest Sciences. We are the global leader in plant cell biology. We have been doing plant cell biology now since 2009, and no other company has the capability to unlock the secrets of cellular plant biology like we can. And in doing this, we're able to bring to the world the next generation of science-based therapeutics. We have an amazingly strong IP portfolio, multiple patents across different jurisdictions. The patents are all process, composition, and utility. And importantly, in addition to just patents, we have extensive know-how across the company on how we leverage the power of the plant, and we bring the power of the plant to the people. And with our unique technology platform, we're able to address an addressable market of north of $500 billion. At our core, we are a biotech company. It's very, very important for you to understand this. And we have platform technology that I'm going to share with you now that is able to change the world. Because with this platform technology, we are able to take any essential active ingredient from a plant. So we're talking about any primary metabolite like a protein, or a secondary metabolite like a polyphenol, an antioxidant, and a cannabinoid. And we're able to grow these critical active ingredients in cells. We take the plant once. We leverage our knowledge to be able to take cells from the plant and we grow these cells with the unique essential active ingredients that we need from the plant. And we grow these cells in industrial scale aseptic bioreactors. And with a 3 to 4 week growth cycle, we're left with an amazing soluble, bioavailable, and highly active end ingredients. And I'm going to share with you a couple of examples of how we're leveraging this platform technology today to really change the verticals that we're going after. Let's first start with the problem that we're trying to solve. Everybody knows that Mother Nature provides the optimal active medicinal compounds that our bodies need from an overall health and wellness perspective from 2,000 years of evolution. But Mother Nature provides these active medicinal compounds inefficiently. And when man gets involved and we start to apply technology, in many cases, we start to cause some chaos. We start to add specific compounds and ingredients which are damaging to the environment as we strive for more and more efficiency. We solve this major problem with our unique bioplant cell elicitation technology, which, ladies and gentlemen, is the only industrial scale platform that's able to bring patentable plant-based therapeutic solutions where we're able to maintain the original natural compound structure of the actual active ingredient itself. So this is not genetic engineering. It is non-GMO. We in no ways change the natural compound structure of the active ingredient. We are able to leverage the power of our platform to bring full spectrum solutions to the marketplace, whether it's full spectrum cannabis, or in the case of our red grape cells, full spectrum polyphenols from the red grape cell. And importantly, what we have is a platform that allows us consistency and repeatability. And we do all of this, yes, we do all of this without having to grow the plant. We use the plant just once. There are 5 key critical advantages with our technology. Firstly, we bring to the market active ingredients with a level of consistency the market has not seen before. We have unique aseptic cleanliness because we're growing all of our active ingredients in cells, in aseptic rooms, in aseptic bioreactors. We don't use any solvents. There are no pathogens. We don't have issues with heavy metals. We have very unique composition because we're able to take the critical active ingredients from the plant, and when we put it through our system, we're able to increase the levels of the key polyphenols or the key cannabinoids, allowing us very unique ratios which are not found in the plant itself and are able to deliver on unique efficacy for certain indications. From a sustainability perspective, this is the gold standard in sustainability. We utilize a fraction of the land. We utilize literally a fractional proportion of the energy. And all of our water is biodegradable because we don't use any solvents. And then from a cost perspective, there's 2 areas where this platform technology is a game changer. Number 1 is our capital efficiency. You will not find a more capital efficient technology as it relates to plant cell biology and as it relates to bringing the power of the active ingredients from the plant. For example, we just built in Israel for $4 million in capital a facility that can produce north of 20 tons of our red grape cell product. In the case of cannabis, similarly, it's a platform technology, $4 million to produce north of 25 tons of cannabis every single year. And for many of you that understand the economics of the cannabis industry, you'll understand that that is a capital efficiency of more than 7 to 10 times better compared to the capital required for the same amounts of output for indoor cannabis growth. And then from a manufacturing cost, we are bringing product to the market with all of these benefits, with a cost structure that is unique to the industry. And we believe we are, and as we scale, we have the ability to be the lowest cost producer of many major critical active compounds, as in the case of cannabis, where we believe with our platform technology at scale, we will be significantly lower than best-in-class indoor growth rates today. The technology is very, very simple. We start with the plant. We select the critical active ingredients we're going after. We grow them in cells, in bioreactors. We deploy an elicitation process to bring the actual active ingredients to life. And we're left with a unique, repeatable, and patentable phytochemical compounds. This is platform technology that goes across the entire plant kingdom. Today, we operate in nutraceuticals and in the cannabinoid world. And in the next few months, we will be announcing a 3rd vertical for the company as we take our technology to disrupt other industries out there. Now, it's important for you to understand that this technology is proven technology that we validated now across multiple different products, where we've been able to bring the power of all the full spectrum polyphenols of the red grape or the olive or the pomegranate together, or in the case of cannabis, all the critical cannabinoids, terpenes and flavonoids together from the cannabis plant, And importantly, we're able to increase the levels of key active ingredients. So in the case of our VINIA product, which is the red grape cell product, we're the only company in the world that's able to produce piceid resveratrol from the skin of the red grape. And that's because we're able to actually increase the piceid resveratrol levels to 100 times more than what is found in the skin of the red grape. It's important to understand the broad application of our platform technology. The platform technology itself is able to resolve many of the major challenges that companies have in going down the botanical drug process. Major challenges like repeatability, we solve with our consistent manufacturing. Patentability, we solve because we have unique composition across our different cell-based products. We don't have issues from a safety perspective because we're not utilizing fertilizer. There's no solvents, there's no heavy metals. So the application goes from food to dietary supplements all the way through to the botanical drug opportunities, which are significant. The platform technology is quite simple. We take the plant once, we isolate the key cells with the active ingredients. We also store our cells in a cell bank, so we never have to return back to the plant. If we need to utilize new cells, we can go back to the cell bank. We grow these cells until they reach a certain body mass where the active ingredients have been optimized, and we then go through a bio-drying process, and we're left with this amazing high-efficacy product. As I said, VINIA is our first product. It's based on the French paradox. VINIA combines piceid resveratrol, which is the king of resveratrol. All other resveratrol products in the world are produced from polyginum, which is significantly inferior. Polyginum has much lower overall solubility. In fact, piceid resveratrol is 25.5 times more soluble than polyginum, and we have amazing bioavailability. We enter from our clinical trials, we enter the blood plasma after 20 minutes, we last for 12 hours, we have peaks after 1 hour and after 5 hours. So this full spectrum effect of the piceid resveratrol working together with catechins and quercetin, anthocyanins and tannins has given us a very unique proposition that we brought to the marketplace. We're a science-based company. We've done a number of clinical trials, double-blind placebo, all according to the Helsinki Convention. And as a result of very significant, impactful endpoints, the delivery of key endpoints. For example, our main clinical trial measured flow-mediated dilation of the arteries, which is the elasticity of the arteries. And we demonstrated that after taking one capsule of VINIA every day for 3 months, we were able to increase the flow-mediated dilation of all those people taking VINIA for 3 months by at least 70% versus baseline. Increased FMD means increased dilation of the arteries. This drives significant increase in blood flow. And with increased blood flow, you have much greater delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the body tissue and organs. And as a result, our clinical trials allow us to make a number of structure function claims according to FDA guidelines based on the fact that VINIA supports heart health by improving blood flow and delivery of oxygen. We are able to also make claims around physical energy as a result, again, of increased blood flow and delivery of oxygen nutrients to the body's tissues. Mental energy, more blood flow going to the brain, as well as a number of claims in the antioxidant space where we've actually shown in our clinical trials that VINIA significantly reduces LDL, oxidation of LDL cholesterol. And our mechanism of action is very simple. We're the only product in the market where we actually have a double mechanism of action, because after consuming VINIA, your endothelial cells, they land up producing more nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is critical. It's a vasodilator. And as we get older, our body produces less nitric oxide. So we stimulate the production of nitric oxide in the cells, And at the same time, as we get older, on the other hand, the body produces much more ET1. ET1 is a vasoconstrictor. And VINIA reduces the production of ET1. So we increase the good stuff, we reduce the bad stuff, and as a result, we have significant more blood flow. We've acquired significant knowledge from today, more than 11,000 customers. We sell direct to consumer just in e-commerce channels. We have an amazing verified rating, and I encourage all of you, go and have a look at vinia.com, have a look at the reviews page and read the reviews, and you'll see how our product really drives transformational positive change in people's lives. Last year, we sold roughly $2.4 million of VINIA, and this year, we're about to scale the business because last year we were constrained by supply. We only had a 2-ton facility. As I mentioned earlier, we have completed the building and are now operating our new 20-ton facility. And starting Q2, literally the River Nile is going to open as we really start to scale VINIA across the USA. In addition to the dietary supplement form in a capsule, we will also be launching in the next 12 months VINIA Super Blood Flow Gummies. And then importantly, we saw a huge amount of feedback from consumers around the increased vascularity as a result of taking VINIA, the ability to work out longer because of the more physical energy. And therefore, we landed on a unique proposition of a VINIA Super Blood Flow protein bar containing 400 milligrams of VINIA. And just so you understand, in each capsule of VINIA, you have the same amount of piceid resveratrol as contained in 1 bottle of red wine. No sugar, no calories, no alcohol. We have a pipeline of products, including olive cells, which is all around cholesterol management, focusing on managing LDL and improving HDL, and pomegranate cells that we will be focusing in 2024, focus on inflammation. Today, we have more than 650 consumer reviews and thousands of other consumers that we're in touch with as a result of our direct-to-consumer business. And we also understand from all this consumer engagement that as a result of major blood flow improvements in the human body as a result of taking VINIA, we're able to make a significant impact on other actual diseases that are very closely related to blood flow. So, for example, erectile dysfunction, gum disease, which is driven by lack of blood flow and therefore inflammation to the gum area, metabolic syndrome. We actually have a clinical which shows our ability to reduce the HbA1c, hemoglobin A1c, and increase insulin sensitivity. And another interesting one is Raynaud's disease, where this year over a very cold winter, we saw many US consumers give us feedback that this is helping them from a Raynaud's disease perspective. So we as a company will start to be focusing on one of these areas as we look to go down the botanical drug route as a result of the uniqueness of our platform technology. I want to talk now about a major biological breakthrough that we made recently. About 3 years ago, after succeeding in growing red grape cells, then moving to a tougher olive cell, and then going to quite a different species with a pomegranate cell, we embarked on a journey to be able to use our platform technology on probably the toughest plant in the plant kingdom. You have males, you have females, it's complicated. The actual cannabis plant itself, the cannabinoids are not grown inside the plant. The cannabinoids are actually grown in trichomes, which sit outside the actual plant itself. They are the mini factories that produce the cannabinoids, terpenes, and flavonoids. And many of the giants in the industry said it would be impossible to actually grow trichomes in large-scale bioreactors. Well, we defied gravity, and we broke biological barriers and created biological history, leveraging our platform technology, same consistent approach with the cannabis plant. We took the cannabis plant once, we take cells from the plant, and we were able to create the impossible. On the left-hand side, you have nature. On the right-hand side, you have us growing cannabis in our bioreactors. And ladies and gentlemen, I think it's important for you to understand that here you see on the left-hand side the critical trichome structure that I talked about a few seconds ago. This is the mini factory that produces the cannabinoids, terpenes, and flavonoids, the critical active ingredients that we need from an overall health and wellness perspective as it relates to cannabis-related indications. On the right-hand side are the trichomes that we grow in our bioreactors. And you can see a beautiful high-density trichomes. In fact, our trichomes are 100 to 200 times greater, the density of trichomes versus the plant. And we actually grow 93% trichome, where other cannabis companies are having to start with literally seedling and starting to grow the plant through its vegetative stage and all the way through then into flowering and then into harvesting. It's normally anywhere from an 8 to a 12, 13-week process. With our bioreactors, we are in perpetual flowering. And literally every 3 weeks, we are harvesting and able to then have significant biomass. Biologically, this was the big breakthrough that we've patented, which is the development of a unique biological structure called amalgamated trichome coral structure. So I'm zooming out a little bit. And here what we've been able to do is actually, in order to get the actual trichomes to survive in a bioreactor with shear forces, our PhD plant biologists figured out how to get the trichomes to all amalgamate amongst each other, almost hugging each other in solidarity to create strength in numbers. And by creating the strength in numbers in a coral-like structure, they're able to survive the shear forces in the bioreactor. And this has been a critical secret of how we've been able to grow the trichome through maturity to solicit the critical cannabinoids, terpenes, and flavonoids. And ladies and gentlemen, we are producing serious amounts of cannabis today in our bioreactors. And if I can please ask to please play the video now. Thank you. Okay, Anna, I think I have 8 minutes left, so I'm going to go through a couple more slides and then hand over for presentation. It's important to understand we are producing consistent, clean cannabis with very unique composition. We made an announcement to the markets about 2 weeks ago about us being able to grow significant amount of cannabinoids, key cannabinoids like THCA, CBDA, CBGA, CBCA, THCVA, and other minor cannabinoids that we're still identifying, including critical terpenes. We're able to do this with unique ratios that cannot be found in the plant because of our ability to increase the minor cannabinoids. It's important to understand the scalability of what we have. I talked about this a little bit earlier. And then I want to talk a little bit around the productivity. For many of you that understand the cannabis business, in indoor, most parties are using 1,000 watts per square meter. Underneath 1,000 watts per square meter, depending on how many plants you have, but at a maximum, you'll have 1 kilo of actual cannabis biomass each cycle. 5 cycles a year, that's 5 kilos for this literally square meter of land. Each one of our bioreactors, roughly 1 square meter, we produce 8 to 9 kilos every cycle. We can do 14 to 15 cycles per year. That's 112 kilos. That's a factor of 22. I talked before about the sustainability, so I'm not going to harp on this. I'm very privileged to work with an amazing management team. Our management team is really stepped in people with significant pharma experience from the top pharma companies and then moving over into the biotech world. In addition, we have a great dream team of industry advisors working together with us, from the likes of Eitan Popper, who was chairman of MedRelief before it got sold for $3 billion, to Colonel Chris Hadfield, who many of you may know, who was the captain of the International Space Station, did 3 missions to space and 2 spacewalks. So this is who we are. We're a very unique company, pioneering a critical part of where the world needs to go as we bring the power of the plant to the people, leveraging full spectrum, consistent, clean, active ingredients from the plant into science-based therapeutic solutions to be able to solve major indications today that are being underserved by the pharma world, and providing superiority as it relates to dealing with other areas from a health and wellness perspective in the dietary supplement world. I'm going to stop now, Anna, and take some questions.
Wonderful. Power of the plant to the people. This is fascinating stuff, Ilan. We've got tons of questions, just a few minutes left. Amy Welch wants to know, any financing plans in the near to midterm? Yeah,
actually, we right now, we're in the middle of a convertible loan that we announced to the markets about 3 weeks ago. We've had an amazing response. We are raising roughly $5 million with a very competitive convertible loan, good interest rate, as well as lots of upside for investors that really believe in the company, believe in me and the leadership team. And we have an amazing track record over the last 2 years of really scaling this amazing technology. And if you have any further questions related to the convertible loan, we're happy to, please reach out to Justin, Justin, at BioHarvest.com, or myself, Ilan, Ilan, at BioHarvest.com, and we're happy to start further dialogue with you.
And Nancy Flores asks, what are the near-term milestones that you feel could increase the share price?
Well, this is the reason why we're going with a convertible loan, because we believe that there's tremendous upside in the company. 2022 is the year, as I talked about before. We were heavily constrained by supply. We built a 20-ton facility literally in 1 year with the challenges of COVID. And now we're ready to really take on the USA with our Vineyard product and scale like crazy. We'll be in the 3rd and 4th quarter, a very aggressive launch, from direct e-commerce, including targeted TV, all the way through to, we have a number of celebrity partners that have been taking the product and have seen amazing results. So it's going to be a full integrated launch. And then in the context of cannabis, wow. I mean, I'm like a kid in a candy shop right now. We're in the process of actually having a number of discussions in North America with Canadian LPs, with multi-state operators, with single-state operators, trying to find the best partner across the geographic jurisdictions that we want to be launching our cannabis first into the US. So we will, obviously, that's going to be a major play for us, that I'm spending a large proportion of our time finding the right partner to enter and scale in the US from a cannabis perspective. And then lastly, we're going to be adding a 3rd vertical to our company. We have the R&D capacity now to do that, because we completed the heavy lifting of our cannabis R&D program. And it's going to be pretty exciting when we start to really go after a 3rd vertical and disrupt it in the same way we've done with cannabis and the nutraceutical space.
All right. Well, Ilan, we've got more questions for you in this fascinating topic. We'll send them to you so you can answer them on your own time. Thank you so much for joining us, and please come back with some updates in the future.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, everyone. We'll be right back with our next presenter.